What's going on in the sports world, y'all? Where are we at? It's the middle of summer, so things are kind of quiet. What do we got? What's happening?
I think the biggest thing in sports, it's obviously this is kind of the slow week right before NFL training camps kick off next week, and then we start really ramping into the NFL season. We had the Major League Baseball All-Star Game last night, and for a few innings, it was kind of a snoozer. It was 2-0. The NL put a couple runs up in the first inning on Tariq Skubal, arguably the best pitcher in the game, and then it was kind of just a snooze fest until the 6th when we got some runs. Pete Alonso home run. Then the American League starts their comeback. Brent Rooker home run. And then all of a sudden in the 9th, we got a 6-6 ball game. And then we're going to extras. Wait, not extras. We're going to this cool home run derby swing off. Yep. And this is where things kind of take a turn because you'd expect, look, if we're having a 3-guy, 3-swing home run derby off, who's going to be in this? Ohtani, Judge, Ronald Acuna, the hometown guy. Maybe you get Kyle Schwarber in there. Maybe you get some of the other big names. And really, Kyle Schwarber was the only one who was involved in this because...
Pete Alonso
was going to come up, didn't get a chance to. And then that's kind of where the controversy is right now. It's, yes, this event was so cool. The ending was so awesome. This swing off was such a great idea. Where were the big stars? And that's kind of what the hot button topic is in Major League Baseball right now.
Was there a reasoning why? Do we get any explanation for why we didn't have the big stars involved in this?
So the managers,
home run swing off?
Aaron Boone, Yankees manager, Dave Roberts, Dodgers manager. Apparently, you had to submit your 3-man roster before the game, just in case. And one of the reasonings was, look, we don't want to put Ohtani and Judge out there because they played the first couple innings and they've been out. They come out of the game. They've been sitting for a couple hours, and now we're going to ask them to go up cold and try to swing out of their shoes and hit some home runs. Yeah. So they put players in that were already in the game or mentally getting ready to play there in the later innings. Yeah. So that was kind of the explanation on that.
You know what? I can understand that. I get the frustration if you're a fan and you're thinking, I want the heavy hitters here. But as a guy who's had to do like multiple matches in a night, when you have to do a match, you're fired up, you go out there, you do your thing, and then you sit and chill. Physically, that is very difficult to ramp back up and to go out and do that again without risking injury. But mentally, it's even harder. Like when my music hits, burn it down, the crowd goes nuts. I feel that adrenaline, it can pretty much get me through anything that's going on. But if you have to do that multiple times in a night and go out and get physical while you're out there, I feel like this is just me, and maybe it's, maybe this was part of it, but I feel like my performance suffers. I feel like I'm not as on, like everything's just a little slower to kind of get cooking. So I sort of understand that. I get the complaint. I get the frustration when it comes to like, oh, you want to see the big guys take the big swings to finish out the game. But I do get that. I do understand it.
Yeah, I get it too. And people were kind of taking umbrage with it. But look, Brent Rooker went out, hit an absolute bomb, and then you get Kyle Schwarber, TJ, and you're no fan of Philadelphia sports. Nope. But this guy is just a legend. He gets up there, 3 swings, hits 3 absolute moonshots, and he becomes MVP of the All-Star Game, the American League, their last player, guy on the Rays. He gets up there and goes 0-for, and the National League wins. Kind of a womp finish.
Poor guy.
Pete Alonso was going to get a chance to maybe answer had Aranda hit a home run to tie it up at 4, but it ended up being a really dramatic and exciting finish despite the lack of name star power.
Is this the first year they've done this?
It's the first year that they've actually, that it's come to fruition. It's been in the hopper there for a couple seasons.
Okay.
They've had it just in case. We haven't had to use it.
Yeah.
This was the first year. Oh man, all right, tie game at the end. Let's bust this baby out.
Nice.
And so it ended up kind of living up to the hype. It was really exciting, but like I said, just not the name, not the Ohtani, the Judges, the Acuñas that maybe you'd like to see.
And the All-Star Game is no longer for like home control the World Series, right? It's just
straight up exhibition,
just fun.
Yep, just fun.
Let's party.
Let's get some names out there. Let's get some buzz, for the second half of the baseball season, because it's been a really exciting Major League Baseball season so far.
Oh, come on.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, guys.
I'm being
My
serious.
team is good this year, so for me, it's been excellent.
Red Sox have won 10 in a row going into the All-Star break. You got some guys making serious threats at some home run totals. Cal Raleigh, it's been kind of his season so far.
You say home run totals. You talking about like the records? We're talking like we're
Yes.
talking Bonds' number
He
here.
has 38 home runs at the All-Star break.
Is Bonds' number the number? Is that still the 70? What is 73?
Great question, Seth.
If you ask us, yes.
Bonds,
number.
McGuire, 70, 73, or is it still like his Judge has 62,
Well,
right?
Judge hit 62 a couple years ago, and they made a big point during that run that they were calling it the American League record, which was kind of wink, wink, the actual record, the clean records, if what so have you. And so, I mean, 73 is technically the mark, but I don't know. It depends how you feel about the whole steroid era and if you want to acknowledge that.
We acknowledge it.
I
Like
mean,
one of your coworkers, we acknowledge the steroid era.
We
acknowledge the steroid era. We're big steroid era fans here.
Do you acknowledge it as its own era, or do you acknowledge it as a part of baseball as a total?
Look,
man, as a sum.
McGuire and Sosa saved baseball. That was the greatest summer as a baseball fan that I can ever remember. And baseball was struggling at that point.
Oh, big struggle after the lockout, right?
I would say that you got to kind of turn a blind eye to that stuff. I don't know.
73. If someone gets to 70, that would be absolutely insane.
That would be insane.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.